Guys, have you ever wished that you could have a part in draining the swamp? Well, you have the opportunity right now. I want you to share this. It's already been shared from the D.C. paper called The Hill, or the D.C. website, 53,992 times to date. That's very key. Why? Because now you have the power. This is incredible. It's saying the FBI has uncovered Russian bribery plot before Obama administration approved the nuclear deal with Moscow. Before the FBI found out about the Russian bribery plot, before the Obama administration approved it. What does that tell you? James Comey, who is Department of Justice? Eric Holder, followed by who? Loretta Lynch. Now, what I'm talking about is maybe for a year and a half or 2 years now, I've done videos about the uranium deal, and that where Hillary got together with Bill, got together with a Canadian group, and sold the uranium rights in the United States, 20% of the uranium in the United States, to Russia to develop their nuclear program and their nuclear industry. Why do you think you saw all the BLM, or the Bureau of Land Management, videos in the last 2 years where they were taking people's land? Some people lost their lives. And that's what they're talking about. In other words, look at the headline. FBI had somebody planted in with the Russian diplomats, and they were feeding information back. And suddenly the FBI realized, oh hell, we're about to get busted ourselves. So they got the Department of Justice under Eric Holder for a couple of years, and then Loretta Lynch, to act like they were investigating this bribery scheme. Guys, and it goes so deep. Not only that, all we have heard since Trump started running and got elected was a Russian collusion. Why would they push that so hard with no proof, week after week after month after month? Why? Because they were hiding their own trail. In other words, Hillary and Bill, when she was head of the Department of State, they made a deal with Russia. Russia would contribute millions and millions of dollars to the Clinton Foundation and to other people, including a U.S. trucking transportation firm. Now, what they did, Hillary, Holder, and that whole bunch, possibly Obama, was so stupid that they took the money from Russia. What did Russia start doing? They started bribing our officials, because if you don't give us what we want, we're going to tell the world that we have given you millions to sell us this uranium. But no, all we hear from the mainstream communist networks, guys, is that it's a Russian Trump collusion. Isn't it time that we take a stand? We already knew about this. It's not new news as far as that they did it. What's new is that the FBI, again, with their informants, they're looking into all this collusion and seeing this bribery go down on the left hand and the right hand and who was involved. And then they realized they were about to bust their own government. So Comey, Eric Holder, Obama, both Clintons got it subdued. And how they do it, guys? They said they were going to investigate it. So for 4 years, after the basic information came out, up until now, until the Trump administration, and we still have some leftovers from there, they said we're investigating it. No matter how many times the Congress or Senate called up subpoenas, nobody would come. Why? Because they were hiding the most blatant, treasonous event that this country's ever seen. So now, guys, you better share this. Right? This is your chance. Put it on any social media platform you got. Put it on your YouTube channel. Guys, if you don't know how to put it on your YouTube channel, or you can't, there's a free piece of software called Screen Cast-O-Matic. Now, you have the pro line, but you also have the free line. And you can just lay it over this video, record it, and put it on your channel. I challenge every American citizen that cares to do what I'm asking, and that is to make this video viral. Now, they're not going to put ads on it. They may. More than likely. It could cost me this channel. I hope it doesn't. But make it viral, guys. This is your chance. This is the information that we've been needing. Let's look at just a little more of it. I'm going to link to the article because it's 2 or 3 pages long, and I'm not going to read it to you for 15 minutes. But before the Obama administration approved a controversial deal in 2010 giving Moscow control of a large swath of American uranium, God bless Lavoy Finnegan, the FBI had gathered substantial evidence that Russian nuclear industry officials were engaged in bribery, kickbacks, extortion. Guys, listen. Here's the Russian collusion. Do you understand? They gave all these monies to these idiots that the Democrats had elected. Then they extorted and bribed them and got kickbacks themselves from the very money that they had used to bribe people with. It says extortion and money laundering designed to grow Vladimir Putin's atomic energy business inside the U.S., according to government documents and interviews. Federal agents used a confidential U.S. witness working inside the Russian nuclear industry to gather extensive financial records. This agent was told to make secret recordings and intercept emails as early as 2009 that showed Moscow had compromised an American uranium trucking firm with bribes and kickbacks in violation of the Foreign Corrupt Practices Act, FBI and court documents show. Now, we're going to find out the true color of our Attorney General, Jeff Sessions. Jeff Sessions, we were all behind you from the beginning. We're watching. We're watching. We appreciate you taking care of this. We don't want to see it put off. Now, we'll say this. Guys, y'all remember Jason Chavetz? He was the head of the committee that was investigating this. After Trump got elected and Jeff Sessions was appointed Attorney General, Chavetz went to Jeff Sessions and said, okay, guys, we got all this on Clinton's. We got all this on Obama, Holder. We got it all on Loretta Lynch. Here's your stuff, Jeff. We've been waiting for you guys to get here to take it to the end. Jeff Sessions said we're not going to prosecute Hillary and Obama. Jason Chavetz, mainstream won't report it, but that's why he quit and went to being a part-time political commentator on Fox News. Didn't you guys remember that? Suddenly out of nowhere, he just quits. Just quits. And because the patriotic blood that runs through his bones when Sessions, after all the hope and all the votes and all the backlash that many of us got for pushing for Trump to get in office, I can imagine how Mr. Chavetz felt. He said, to hell with this. To hell with y'all. I'm not being a part of it anymore. But I saw an interview where Jason Chavetz said it out of his own mouth. He said, I went to Sessions. Here's your information. Here's all you need to take them down. Sessions looked at him and said, we're not going to mess with him. That's kind of what everybody ran on Mr. Sessions. Now, the FBI had also obtained an eyewitness account backed by documents indicating Russian nuclear officials had routed millions of dollars to who? To the U.S., designed to benefit former President Bill Clinton's charitable foundation during what? The time of Secretary of State Hillary Clinton served on the government body that provided a favorable decision to Moscow. Sources told the Hill. We knew it. We said it all along. But when the FBI brought this information forward, they freaked out for a minute and then told Eric Holder, then Loretta Lynch, sit on it, then Comey, sit on it. Just sit on it. Maybe it'll go away. Then they start blaming Trump, and that's all we heard ad nauseum. from the mainstream media for all this time, and look what they were hiding. The racketeering scheme was conducted with the consent of higher-level officials in Russia who shared the proceeds. From the kickbacks, one agent declared in the affidavit years later. Rather than bring immediate charges in 2010, however, the Department of Justice continued investigating the matter for nearly 4 more years. Thank you, Eric Holder, while you were doing Fast and Furious. You know, he's the only head of the Department of Justice, I think, guys, that was subpoenaed before Congress ever. I don't think he said much. He said, essentially leaving the American public and Congress in the dark about Russian nuclear corruption on U.S. soil during a period when the Obama administration made 2 major decisions benefiting Putin's commercial nuclear ambitions. But, oh no, Trump's done it all. No proof. And listen, the first hen that cackles laid the egg. You ever heard that? This applies 100%, and I knew it from Jump Street. And you guys did too. Make it viral. The first decision occurred in October 2010 when the State Department and government agencies on the Committee of Foreign Investment in the U.S. unanimously approved the partial sale of Canadian mining company Uranium One to the Russian nuclear giant Rosatom, giving Moscow control of more than 20% of Americans' uranium supply. Free the Bundys. When this sale was used by Trump on the campaign trail last year, Hillary Clinton's spokesman, another lie, said she was not involved in the committee review and noted the State Department official who handled it said she never intervened. Of course not, he would have lost his life. In 2011, the administration gave approval for Rosatom's 10X subsidiary to sell commercial uranium to U.S. nuclear power plants in a partnership with the U.S. Enrichment Corp. Guys, Hillary took bribes, basically gave this to Russia. Now we're buying uranium from Russia. You want to talk about a Russian collusion? You want to talk about a Trojan horse? You want to talk about a Muslim overrun of the swamp? Before then, 10X had been limited to selling U.S. nuclear power plants reprocessed uranium recovered from dismantled Soviet nuclear weapons under the 1990 megatons to megawatts peace program. I'm sure that was very clean energy. The Russians were compromising American contractors in the nuclear industry with kickbacks and extortion threats, all of which raised legitimate national security concerns. Of course it should. And none of that evidence got aired before the Obama administration made those decisions. Mainstream media was complicit because they are owned by the globalists. A person who worked on the case told The Hill, speaking on conditions of secrecy, for fear of retribution by U.S. or Russian officials. The Obama administration's decision to approve Rosatom's purchase of Uranium One has been a source of political controversy since 2015. Yes, it has. And guys, originally who busted. Finally, the Obama administration went ahead and approved the deal in 2015 to the purchase of Uranium One to sell it to Russia. Think about it. That's when conservative author Peter Schweitzer in the New York Times documented how Bill Clinton collected hundreds of thousands of dollars in Russian speaking fees, and his charitable foundation collected millions in donations from parties interested in the deal, with Hillary Clinton presiding on the Committee of Foreign Investment in the U.S. It just doesn't get any swampier than this, guys. And if it wasn't so bad, you'd have to laugh. But guys, this is the opportunity. If every American that cares about this country does not find a way to make this viral, this information that's coming from The Hill. I've talked about it for 2 years. InfoWars has talked about it. Different people, Roger Stone. We've all known about it, but there was never any really proof or no way to tie it down. Why? Because the Department of Justice was sitting on the information. They were told to sit on it by Obama. I wonder how Obama bought that house in D.C. and Bill and Hillary have all the property that they have. It's called blood money. It's called blood money, guys. And if you talk about saber rattling, well, are we going to go to war with Russia? I don't think so. I don't think so at all. But, of course, Trump would be responsible for them having the nuclear clean nuclear uranium to sell back to us and keep what they wanted. The true traitors was the Obama administration starting, well, before that, let me back up. Bush, Clinton, Obama, along with the Clintons during that time. Then you had your full players of Benedict Arnolds that were traitors, and they will be tried. It may not be on this planet, but I think they will be. And we're going to find out about Jeff Sessions and the real intent of this administration on draining the swamp. This is all they need. This is bombshell evidence, bombshell proof, FBI documents. I'm going to link to this article, which also links to all the documents that were recovered, if you want to go in that deep and read it. But guys, this is it. This is what we've been waiting for. This is what we needed. Make it viral. It's a heads up. Be safe.